Dead Rails. This game has been blowing up over the past couple of months, and it still is averaging hundreds of thousands of players every single day. If you don't know what the game is, here's how it works. You go on a train, and then you kill zombies. And then you go on a train, and then you kill zombies. And then you go on a train. And over the next 7 days, I'm gonna try and remake Dead Rails completely from scratch. But I obviously don't wanna just copy Dead Rails, so I'm gonna put my own spin on it. In my game, you're gonna be a really rich businessman who is selling different things to try and get more sales. But you have to guard against robbers who are gonna try and take your money that you made from those sales. Alright, now it's time to come up with a name for the game that's totally unique and nothing like the original Dead Sales. Really? Now everything's planned out, so let's go ahead and get started. I decided to get started with the map, but I realized there was already a big problem. See, if players had to travel through the same map every single time, that was gonna get really, well, boring. So I decided to make the map randomly generate every single time you play the game. The way I did this was by separating the map into different pieces, and then creating a script that would randomly select different pieces to create an entire map. Okay, and it works, but I don't know if you realize, the game is still boring. So I think the obvious next step is to go ahead and make some enemies. The first enemy I'm making is a zombie bandit. This guy has a pistol, and his only purpose in life is to stop you from, I guess, living. After I gave him some clothes and a gun, that sounds really weird. After I gave him some clothes and a gun, I decided to go ahead and make an animation. And if you thought my map building skills were good, just wait until you see this animation. Like, what is this? Then I got to what I'm actually good at, which is the scripting. In about 10 minutes, I was able to get some code up and running that made the bandit walk around to a specific point. Then I had to write like 100 more lines of stupid code. Yeah. But eventually I made it so that the bandit would chase the nearest player and shoot them when they were within range. Cool, so now we have a killer bandit that chases everybody in the game. But there's still no way for the players to make money. So the next thing I worked on was the investors. The investors were other rich businessmen that were gonna buy the things that you were selling to invest in them. I guess they're kind of dumb businessmen too, because they're just buying regular old pistols with nothing special about them. It's fine, I'm sure no one's gonna notice. I also made some UI so that the investors could talk. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, Code, you should really go pro with this UI business. So you really no, it's bad. It's really, really bad. But hey, at least it has this really cool typewriter effect. It's really cool, isn't it? Anyway, now you can sell to a bunch of investors and make some money. But the pistols are kind of useless right now because you can't fight the bandits with them. So it's time to get back to scripting. Now the first step in making these pistols actually work is to hit that subscribe button. Okay, yeah, I'm joking, but we are so close to 100,000 subscribers, so why don't you scroll down and just tap that subscribe button. Like a little gentle tap, yeah, just like that. Okay, now back to the video. I ended up using object-oriented programming to script the guns. Now that's just a super nerdy way of saying that the script creates a brand new gun object that would have different functions attached to it, such as shooting the gun. Anyway, I got that working, and now we have a gun system. So now we have one of the two key elements from Dead Rails, and that's the zombies. But if you remember from the intro, there is one other element that I'm missing. Train. Because my game is set in the early days of America, I decided I'm not gonna do a train. This means that the game will have no rails, which also means this video is clickbait. Okay, but before you scroll down and leave me a hate comment, just hear me out. I'm still gonna make something just like a train, but I just wanted it to fit the theme a little bit better. So I decided that you were gonna be riding in a horse-drawn carriage. Okay, so let's go ahead and script that carriage system. I made the carriage work exactly like the train in Dead Rails. The player in the driver's seat can hold down the move button and drive the carriage forward. And when I was playtesting the game, I ran into this funny bug that let the bandits drive the carriage. What is happening right now? What the heck? He's bouncing the carriage? You know, some may say this is a bug, but no. This is a feature. Honestly, it was just too funny to fix, so yeah, now it's a feature in the game. At this point, we have a playable game with a way to make money, enemies, and a carriage. And I've been working really hard, so I think it's time to be done and get some rest for the day. I mean, what else could I possibly be missing? You need to make the vault. The bandits are supposed to steal money. You have to make houses. Gambling. Wait. That's not on there. So the next thing to do was to finish the money system. See, part of what's going to make the game fun is that whenever you sell to an investor, you're going to have to bring the money back to the carriage. So I changed the script to make the NPC give you a money bag whenever you sell something. And as we learned from earlier, I'm not really a modeler, so I'm going to go ahead and borrow a money bag from the toolbox. So now whenever you sell to an investor, he gives you a money bag and you have to take it back to the carriage. Then I just added a safe on top of the carriage for you to put the money inside of. But what fun would this be if you can't get robbed? right? So I made a second type of bandit that would just come after the safe and steal your money. So now you can't leave your carriage for too long because a bandit may come and steal your hard-earned cash. And that was basically it for the money system, but I still needed to create a chest. See, I only wanted players to hold one gun at a time, but because they needed to sell multiple things, they needed a spot to keep their weapons. So I put a chest, or a block, on top of the carriage to put the weapons in. Next, I created this UI for players to interact with so that they could store guns in the chest and take some out. This whole system took a long time to make, especially because I had to rewrite some of the gun script, but I eventually got it working, and I gotta say, now that you can only hold one gun at a time, the game is so much more fun. I also made guns fall on the floor if you run out of ammo, which makes the game even more intense. Okay, so the game is coming along really nicely, but I don't know if you noticed, the carriage is just kind of a bunch of blocks right now. I still have more scripting to do for the game, so I'm gonna try and get some help. Yo, bro, you wanna help with the new game?
Yo, not this again. No, I don't want to work on another game. You already had me do so many projects.
Let me ask again. Do you want to help on a new game? Abro modeled this really cool carriage, but because we were running low on time, we decided to go ahead and use a horse from the toolbox. Then I just updated the code to use the new carriage, which took way longer than I'd like to admit. But I finally got it working without any problems whatsoever. After that, I took some time to playtest the game and make sure things were balanced, which was good that I did so because I definitely needed to adjust the cash values. Once you reach the city, you have to pay a certain amount of cash to unlock the next part of the map, but it was way too easy to get enough cash. So I just made the gates in the city way more expensive to open, and I made the investors pay more depending on how far in the game you were. This added a lot more strategy to the game because you don't want to run out of weapons too soon, but you also need to make enough money to keep playing. I also added this bank area for the end of the game so that when you reach the bank, you win. Then Abro made this UI for when you win or lose the game. And finally, we added a lobby where you can queue up with other players so that you can play the game with your friends. Speaking of, I grabbed a few of my mods from my Discord server to go ahead and play the game and see if we could beat it. Alright, let's wait.
Are we in the video now or what?
Yeah, you're in the video right now.
Right now? Oh my god.
Right now.
The one thing?
So have you guys played Dead Rails?
Yeah. No, I haven't.
No.
I've
been meaning to play it.
Okay,
I'm the Dead Rails GOAT.
This is better than Dead Rails, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm taking everything.
Carrot, no, wait, Carrot!
Get back here, bro.
We're actually gonna let Carrot drive.
I like how the wheels are not moving.
Carrot, bring the carriage back here, gosh dang it.
Oh wait, there's an investigator.
It makes sense to get it back on the.
What do we do with the cat?
Yo, where'd everyone go?
Wait, can I sell my musket?
Wait, no. Let him come. Carrot!
Hold up, bro!
Carrot, please.
Can I?
Carrot. I will demote you. I will demote you.
I actually love this horse.
Oh my gosh, there are like a million errors. What the heck? Alright guys, get money. Get money. We need $1,400 to move to the next spot.
I just opened it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We didn't have. Are you for real right now? Wait. Hold on.
Don't be like by yourself.
Wait,
Oh my gosh. What is going on?
I have a feeling that's not how the game was originally programmed.
Run! Alright, I'm leaving without Coco.
No, bro, I have our money.
Why do you have our money?
I have $73. Come on. Bro, the bandits. I hate this game.
You made it!
Don't remind me.
Alright, I'm bringing the investor with us. I hope you guys don't mind. It seems you forgot to anchor him, so.
There's no investor there.
Carrot, there's one in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Carrot, how'd you miss it?
Alright, Tiki, let's go.
Hidden by a bunch of trees.
I'm gonna let you drop, Carrot. I trust you this time.
That
Okay.
said literally nobody ever wrote.
Guys, I'm kind of cooked. Can somebody help?
There's kind of like a bunch of bandits, so not really. You bandits.
Bro, I'm cooked. Somebody help.
There's bandits. There's
I just died. Yeah, we just kind of gave up. We could not beat the game, but I'll leave the game down in the description. If you want to try it and beat it, make sure to send a screenshot in my Discord server when you do. Huge thanks to my members on Patreon and on the channel. Their names are on the screen now, and if you'd like your name on the screen at the end of my videos, you can do so by clicking the join button on my channel. And if you liked this video, I really think you're gonna like the one on screen now. Go ahead. You can do it. they not know how to click a mouse?